Hello everyone, good morning. It's a bit early. Um, it's a bit early. My Instagram showing me instructions. And today in my life I have a special guest, a young author from India, and he will join me in a few moments, and we will be talking about his books, about his family, how they support him, and we will learn more because I don't know a lot. So come and join me, and we will talk about books and writing. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. Hello. Can you hear me well?
Yes, we are able to hear you.
Yeah, able to hear.
Yeah, I'm so excited to meet with you and to talk with you about your book, about everything. And first, let me tell you that I'm also an author of 3 books
Okay.
of adventure series about
Oh,
this girl and this dog. And they travel the world and they have adventures around the world. In
oh.
Turkey, on Reunion Island. Do you know Reunion Island?
Union
Mm,
Island.
No, he does not know.
Not, not many people know it, and me too, I didn't know about it. There is a volcano, and it is between Madagascar and Mauritius. It's a little island.
Okay.
And also they also travel to Vienna, to Austria, and their adventure happens in the park of this palace.
Oh, oh.
Yes.
Wow.
And I also teach English. I teach English to children who don't speak English, and they read my stories. They write also their stories. So this is what I do. And now I would like to know more about you. Where are you from? And what do you do? What does your family do? Do you have writers, illustrators in your family?
Yeah. I have a family illustrator, and I love her books too. She's Sudhamurthy.
No, no. She is asking. ஆத்துல வந்துட்டு யாராவது வந்துட்டு வரைக்கிறவ யாராவது இருக்காளா எழுதுறவ இருக்காளா இல்லைன்னு சொல்லு சரியா.
No, no, there are no.
No, he's
No.
talking about a famous Indian writer. Her name is Sudha Murthy. So she writes books which are related to children. So that's what he is referring to, because he reads a lot of her books. And also there is a famous Indian company which talks about, which brings history and all the mythologies and science to us, which is Amar Chitrakada. So he is very fond of their stories. So it's when you asked like whether you have something in your family, he thought reading in the family, and then he answered to it. So we
He
are
considers
basically from
family, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. So we are basically from Kerala, which is southern part of India. So he is studying his class 5 now. He is going to soon join class 6 from the academic year of June. He started drawing at a very young age. So he scribbles at the wall. He scribbles wherever he finds some paper, any place. You name any place, anywhere, all his drawings will be there. So we started buying him some materials so that he can draw. But initially, it was not in a good shape. But then later, he started buying coloring books. So the coloring books are not for coloring. So he refers those pictures and he starts drawing them and he colors them on his own. So then slowly his interest started developing more and more of drawing the cartoon characters like Tom and Jerry. He likes Popeye, the show. He is very fond of Tom and Jerry, and there are few. He loves Simba and the Madagascar. The entire unit, he loves it to a lot. So he started drawing Timon and Pumbaa and all those cartoon characters. So then we took him to an workshop which is conducted by the Amar Chitrakada, because they are very fond of promoting children's. So they have another unit called Tinkle, where they create lot of comic characters, and he's very fond of those comic characters, which is very famous in India. So we took him to a workshop where they taught him not how to improve his skills, but they taught him how to imagine your own story and come up with your own drawings for them. So that's what they taught him. So when he started imagining his own story and started writing them, then he created these three characters, which is Adi, Ram, and Nidhi. So Adi is this guy, Aditya. So Ram and Nidhi are his cousins. So he started writing or narrating stories along with them. So initially, I did not have a plan of publishing the book or something of that sort. So I just printed one of the book just for my own reference, and I posted it in WhatsApp as well as in Facebook. Then people around me, my colleagues and friends all around started asking, can I get a copy of the book? So that's how we started printing all his books. We approached a few of the publishers around here, but because he is a child, they were not so keen, or they were thinking like whether he would be able to continue onto it or not. So because I don't want him to stop because we are not able to publish the books, so I thought I will start my own company, the Flying Cow Books. So why Flying Cow is because cow is the first thing that he draw all over the wall. So if you come to our home before, now it's painted. So all over the wall you would find only cow. So that's the first drawing that he drew. So that's why we kept it as Flying Cow Books for the company name. And we started doing it. So he started writing from and storytelling from, and also the illustrating of the all the characters and pictures for the story from the age of 8. So now he has written 9 books so far.
Mm-hmm. Wow, it's amazing. I think it's amazing, and I like how you support Aditya and you founded this publishing company, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, can you show us some of your books and briefly say what are they about? Just very briefly, can you show some of your books?
Okay.
Yeah, sure. So this one is
Tara the Star.
Tara the Star. So this book is about what happens if star falls down to the earth, and how it goes back. So Tara is the star's name, other name. Just a minute. Let me bring other books to you. Just a second.
Alright. Mhm. Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, so what happens to the star when it lands here?
I will say that first, Tara has a lot of friends and they started playing Ringa Ringa Roses. They started playing Ringa Ringa Roses, and Tara, Tara started falling from a cloud, and other Tara's friends started pulling to help Tara to bring back into a cloud, and but they couldn't help Tara. She started falling from the cloud, and she tried to hold the moon, but she slipped again. Then she came to the earth, but it was evening, and she fell into a children's park.
Mhm.
And Tara got scared as usual and hide in a tree. In the same park, Ram, Adi, and Nidhi were playing, and Ram was the seeker. And then Adi was finding a place to hide, and he hid. He thought to hid in the same tree where Tara was hiding. Then she saw Tara and started screaming. By hearing that sound, Ram and Nidhi came to the place or tree where the Adi was standing, and Tara said not to scream, and she said that she will not hurt Adi, Ram, or any children in that park. And Tara cried a lot and said how she reached the earth. Then she said the Adi, Ram, Nidhi that she was scared. Then Ram said that we can take Tara to the home, and Nidhi covered the Tara with a shawl. And she lifted Tara, and they, three of them, along with Tara, came to their home. Then Adi thought of an idea, and she thought that he would make Tara fly like a kite. Then three of them came to upstairs, and Ram tried to fly Tara, and Adi took his scissors and cut the kite. But Tara was a weight star, so she fell down, and she fell hard too. Then three of them started coming down as their plan didn't work. In the meantime, Ganesha entered their house through the window. That is,
Who's Ganesha?
Ganesha is a cat. His main hobby is to scare everyone. Ganesha then saw Nidhi and thought she was holding a starfish. Then Ganesha immediately jumped towards Tara to scare her. Then Tara got scared and started running to the terrace. She quickly jumped and sat on a swing which was there on the terrace. Ganesha was right behind Tara. Before Tara wanted to move further, Ganesha caught hold of the swing. Adi came running behind to save Tara. When Adi caught Ganesha and pulled him back, Ganesha left the swing. The swing moved up along with Tara. She started flying. Due to the force, Tara was able to fly. She was happy. Tara said bye to everyone and started flying high towards her friends. Ganesha was shocked to see starfish, which means the Tara, the star, who was flying in the sky. All three of them laughed at Ganesha and said bye to Tara. It is 6 o'clock in the morning. Wake up, Adi, said Adi's mother. Mom, I had a dream, exclaimed Adi. He started narrating to her.
So that's how the
Yeah.
story ends. So this is the book, and like I told, so all these things are his own illustrations. So these are all handmade drawings, which he did for the story that he comes up and he creates for it. So these are the pictures that he drew for the story, what he was explaining it to you. So this is the cat, Ganesha, which he was explaining, like which cares, which was carrying everyone. And this is the swing the swing is something which is being kept in the terrace at our home. So that's how he took the reference, and then he drew it and made it as a story. So this is the part where the swing started flying high, uh, and Adi was holding the cat, the Ganesha, and pulled him back so that it started flying high in the sky. And the story ends up as if it's a dream that Adi was seeing it.
Very nice, very nice. And I can see, yes, we can learn a lot about your culture from your books, right?
Yeah. So these are his other books. So this is Afsa, the Mermaid Queen. So here Adi, Ram, and Nidhi travels under the water, goes to the ocean underneath to meet this mermaid. And this is Amma's helping hands. Amma means mother. So once this school teacher told him to go and help his mother with the household chores during the annual vacation. So he came and asked his mother, "What can I help?" So his mother told him to water all the plants and trees. So he made up a story where the trees and plants talk to him and tells all the benefits. So that's this story about. So once we had Bulbul, red-eye Bulbul, coming to our home, where it stayed in our place, and it laid egg. So he was watching it on a daily basis. He took a video of it, and he started writing a fictional story and using the same characters, Adi, Ram, and Nidhi. So that's this book. And this is Dr. Grandmother. So in our Indian culture, so we try to use whatever the homemade or homegrown plants or herbs or whatever the food which is around in order to use it like a medicine as well. So take for example, like if you have cough or too much of cold, so you use tulasi. It's a plant. Tulasi is a plant, so which you can use in order to have it as a medical remedy. So a lot of remedies are explained here. So this is also one of his school project, where a school teacher asked him to check with his grandmother and try to find out all the home remedies. So he made a list of it, and then he wrote this book. So this is his first book that he wrote. This is Ghost Breakers. So they all enter into a spooky house, and they scare the ghost out. So that's the story about. And this is not a fictional story. This is something called Kathakali. So this is one of the oldest classical dance form which we find in Kerala. So this is a stage show where the people in the stage will not talk. They enact the drama, the story, what they take up. It will be an ancient mythology story or the story which happened in India. And they enact through their facial expression and with hand gestures. So that's how they do it. So he drew all the pictures and what type of makeup that they use, how the artist enact everything in this picture. So that's this.
I want to see all your books.
And this is about bees. So what will happen if you get travel to a world which is full of bees, and what will happen if you get converted into a bee? So that's this human to being, and how you get back to the world is the story. And this is his latest book, which is This Is Us But Not Us. So this is a story of how Adi, Ram, and Nidhi becomes rabbit, fox, and goose, and how they come back from the forest. So this is also a fictional story. So this is his latest book. This one he took 6 months to complete it, because he had to draw 300 plus pictures in order to complete this story, because this is a 60-page book. So this is the largest of by all that he has drawn so far, and it's a very long story as well. So these are all his 9 books.
Yes, yes, and I can see one of the parents is here in our chat. I teach her girls. Her name is Joanna. She's from Poland, and she writes that sounds so interesting. She
Okay.
likes, yes, she likes your book. And now I have a question. How do you combine all these art projects where you, I don't know, how much time do you spend, does Aditya spend, and how do you combine with school studies? And what
I
is your
will
priority?
draw books on Saturday and Sunday because there are no classes in the day, and the rest of them I will study. I will draw books at 1 or 2 hours on Saturday and Sunday, and other time I will study and
So we have specific time for him. So we do not combine studies and drawing. So what we did is that like the studies aspect is being taken care by her mother, and drawing and all those things I take care of him. So he first narrates a story to both of us, to me and to my wife. We will say like if there are any corrections, we just tell him this is not so logical. So can you think better? So then he goes and watches a lot of YouTube videos. He reads through Google. He finds through Wikipedia and then finds certain information and then comes back and he corrects his own story. So once the story is done, he starts writing the scenes. Like what will be the scene one? Adi, Ram and Nidhi goes to a park. Tara fell down at the park. So these are all the scenes. So we keep it in a notebook, and according to the scenes, so he draws along with the expression of to who is the primary character and who is speaking the dialogue. So accordingly, he draws the pictures and he colors them with the help of his cousins Srinidhi and Ram. So they also help him for coloring, only coloring part, the drawing and sketching, everything he does it. So they do it and then they give me the paper. So then I help them to make this layout and add the speech bubbles and the dialogues what he has written to print it like a book. So this is our process. So he spends maximum of an hour a day. So which will be like 5 pictures per day he would be able to draw on an average. So that's how we proceed with the stories. So it is very strictly told that you have to first concentrate on your studies and only during the free time you can draw. And there is certain time which we have allocated for him to play other games as well, because like he does cycling every 30 minutes on a daily basis. So we have a stipulated amount of time so that he does not spend much of time on watching TV or YouTube. His screen time we wanted to reduce as much as possible. So that's how we have planned it.
Yes, yes, I see. So I like that you kind of create these books with the help of all the family, right? You direct your son, and his cousins help him. So I think it's great.
So his
And
cousin Sriram, he is studying in class 8. So he is the person who has developed our website. So
no,
yes.
yes. So you all help each other and create it together, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
We help each other to create books.
hmm And when you were younger, did your grandparents read to you a lot?
Uh,
இது புக் எல்லாம் படிப்பிச்சு தருவாளான்னு உனக்கு வந்துட்டு கதை சொல்லி கொடுத்துருக்காளா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு கேட்கறான் when you were young.
yeah. My grandmother told me lots of stories of that is Ramayana, that is mythology, and lots of stories of Lord Krishna, Hanuman, like that. There are lots of stories my grandmother had told to me.
So what reference he is taking is all Hindu gods. So Hindu gods, there are several gods. So the famous ones are Krishna, Lord Rama. So you have a story about Ramayan where he travels from north to south in order to protect his wife from a demon. So that's how the story goes. So at his young age, there are a lot of stories he listens from his grandmother.
I see. Yeah, take from his grandmother. And now you also told me that you like to observe, yeah, birds and animals, and you take
Yeah,
your ideas from
yeah,
nature, right?
yeah. I love animals too. Animals are my favorites.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think, yeah, after some time, I will say that I talked to the best-selling author. Yeah.
Uh, okay.
And yes, so my students also they read my stories and try to write, but English is not their native language, so they learn English in this way with me. And I also visit some libraries, some schools, and tell about my book. And maybe, and I call it like author's visit. So maybe one day teacher can come to our class and talk, and we can read one of his books with my students.
Oh, that's a
We will try to come. We will definitely try to come.
Yes, because it is online. Yeah, I teach online, and my students are from different countries. It's like international community, and they are around from 9 to 10 to 11 years old. So I think it will be very interesting for them to read your stories and to meet a young author, right?
For
yeah,
sure, we will
yeah.
definitely do that. Yeah.
We'll definitely do it.
Yes. Yes. So thank you for your story, and I'm glad to talk to you, and we will
Okay,
keep in touch.
okay.
Maybe some of the students would like to read your books. I know that you don't send around the world, right? Your physical
Yeah.
Yeah,
copies.
It's currently sent only
Or...
in India. It's not around the world. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, but you also told me that you have ebooks.
Yes,
yeah.
I will send it across to you. Like I told you, I will definitely send across all those books in an ebook format to you. You can share your email ID to me. You have my number, right? So I will send all those books as a PDF so that your students can read.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you, and I think they will be delighted, and parents also will be delighted to know about your story, your family story about creating. So we will keep in touch. Have a good day, have a good weekend, and thank you for joining me.
You too,
Okay.
Irina. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this opportunity because it's a big thing for us. Like we, I'm just trying to portray him or trying to show him a path where he can take this up as a career in his and can make his own earning out of it. Because I'm very curious in making him to do something what he loves, because if he ended up in doing or working for only for money, I don't think so that will help him for a very long run. So only if you start loving what you do is something that will help him in order to do it on his long way. So he has very good interest in drawing and painting. So that's how I thought I will take him to this path because I'm not so very keen in making him to join any competition and prove a point, because I'm not that fancied with that word, because everyone will have their own ability. They are good in their own way. So there is no point in doing it. So that's how I thought, like, let me take this book writing as a thing, and let him start doing the books, so that he will improve his artwork, and he will continue to draw as much as possible. So we are also planning him to take parallelly to learn different types of art forms, like portrait, like watercolor, glass painting, any kind of a painting. So he recently finished his one set of course for the pencil sketching. So he did the basics with one of the artists. So now we are planning to make him to join in any of the other forms with any of the artists, because his summer vacation is coming. So he will have 2 months of break and he will not have school. So that's how we are trying to encourage him and make him to study and take it very seriously, parallelly along with this. Along with the schooling. So we don't want to mix both. We wanted both to continue in parallel, and we are trying to find a balance between both, so that he will have time for both the things to do and not to pressure him at all. There are a lot of times where he comes back and says that I'm not able to draw today. So we tell him to stop it. We do not ask him to push him or ask him to do it on the daily basis. So it's completely left up to him. But for studies, we are his mother takes care of it. But for this one, we always teach him to love and do it. Otherwise, it will not come in this manner. The beauty of art is that you have to love it, you have to be deeply into it, and then you have to do it. Otherwise, it does not comes to you. It does not have to you. So we always try him to make him to do things when he is at ease, and when he is casual, when he is in a right mood to do. So that's the primary thing we are focusing upon. So let's see. I do not know what he is going to choose. So now he is very much interested into it. I don't know when he becomes older, when he becomes a teen. I don't know what is he going to do. But then we are trying our level best in order to encourage his talent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is the best what parents can do. Yes, support their child's passion without pressure, and to support and encourage to do what they love, because it's not that you will be simply happier by doing what you love and it's already enough. But when you love, you can constantly develop and master your skills and be like and achieve a very high level of professionalism. But as you mentioned, not out of competition with somebody, but simply out of your just from your heart, from your passion.
Yeah.
So I think this is the right way. And we'll see. Maybe Aditya will write many more books, and I'll be reading them. Or
Yeah.
maybe we'll choose another career, which is also fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So thank you very much. Thank you for sharing your views. I think it will be important for many parents who will watch our conversation.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Thank
you.
you, and see you. Keep in touch. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Yeah, you too. Have a nice weekend. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.